قبل عرضه في الصالات يأتي بالعربي يقابل كاست فيلم كيمي.
Kimi,
I'm here.
ماذا لو كانت كل لحظة يتم تسجيلها؟ هذا السؤال اللي بيطرحه فيلم كيمي اللي عم تستعد نيو لاين سينما وHBO ماكس لإطلاقه في صالات سينما السعودية، الكويت والإمارات في 24 فبراير.
Kimi,
I'm here.
reopen the stream on desktop.
هالفيلم من بطولة زوي كرافيتس بدور أنجيلا تشايلدز.
Can we please call the FBI?
Angela works as a voice stream interpreter for a company called Amygdala, and they have a device called Kimi, which is like an Alexa or a Siri or something, a home device that listens to whatever you want to say to it. And her job is to listen to people's streams, so listening to people in their homes using the Kimi device and fixing any miscommunications or slang that the Kimi device doesn't understand.
Kimi,
I'm here.
what time is it?
It's 7:26 a.m.
وعم نشوف زوي بلوك جديد، خاصة الهيرستايل اللي إلها الكثير من الأبعاد بالقصة.
Because Angela doesn't leave her home and spend so much time by herself, I was trying to think about what kinds of things people do when they're in solitude, and especially coming out of COVID and quarantine. So many of my friends and people were dyeing their hair and cutting bangs, and just, I think, out of boredom, out of anxiety, trying to kind of control something or feel some kind of change. So I thought it would be interesting to have a haircut that she could have given herself and dye the hair blue so that it felt like she was the things she would do by herself.
فأنجيلا اختارت العزلة بمنزلها اللي بتشعر فيه بالراحة من بدء انتشار جائحة في العالم، ولهالسبب كانت كل حياتها خلف شاشة الكمبيوتر والأجهزة الإلكترونية.
You need a device number in the admin code.
Will you make me one?
ولهيك لاحظنا من طريقة ركضها الانسكيورتي اللي بتعاني منها عند خروجها للمرة الأولى للعالم الخارجي.
I tried to find ways to show that physically. So, when people are uncomfortable, they tend to tense up. I wanted to try and make her look as tense as possible. And I think she's also afraid of, what might be in the outside world, germs. She's constantly using hand sanitizer. So I had this idea to, not move my arms when I walk, which it makes a big difference physically. It looks very strange, but kind of trying to be as compact and still as possible and keep my hands at my sides so I don't touch anything. And also try to stay very close to any wall versus, walking in the middle of a street or something.
فهي كانت مضطرة تتوجه إلى ناتالي تشودري لتنبيهها بعد ما سمعت أمر مرعب في أحد مقاطع البث الإلكتروني اللي عم تشتغل على تحليلها، ومن الخطر رفعها عبر البريد الإلكتروني.
I may have heard a crime on one of the streams.
My character is Natalie Chowdhury, and she is the head of organic interpolation. I took it to mean that I take care of everything.
والظاهر إنه العمل بين ريتا وزوي كان ممتع.
I have to know what we're dealing with.
We're dealing with what sounds like a premeditated murder.
Dialogue is really well written. It makes your job so much easier, and we have to thank David Kep for that, for this wonderful screenplay. But there was a wonderful ease, and she's obviously incredibly talented and a lovely person. So it was really fun. I'm a big fan of her work, so we got to talk about little things like Big Little Lies, because I love that show. And it's always enjoyable. It's great to be back at work.
أما جيم كامل فرح يكون عم بيلعب دور أنطونيو ريفاس.
He's a professional assassin. Yes, I think I think that Antonio Rivas probably worked in the military as a special ops kind of guy. So he has some military background, but he's also very refined and very, well put together. But at the end of the day, he has this little, he's an assassin at the end of the day.
وكل هالأحداث رح يتابعها الجمهور بإطار من الأكشن خبرتنا عنه روبن جيفنز اللي عم بتأدي دور والدة أنجيلا.
I think it's a thriller in every way that you can imagine and think of, Contagion and on the edge of your seat, and you've got somebody in Angela that you're completely rooting for, right? You're on the edge, you're rooting for her to make it out of the house. You're rooting for her to have a life and have a wonderful relationships and thrive and get over this hurdle. And we're with her, and there's something, so endearing about her, but how brave and strong she is.
وعامل الجذب الأكبر بهالفيلم لكل الكاست كان التعامل مع الكاتب ديفيد كاب والمخرج ستيفن سودربرغ اللي اشتهر بأعمال من هالنوع، خاصة كونتاجيون عام 2011 اللي عم بيعيش العالم بالسنوات الأخيرة جزء كبير منه.
He's just so good. He's an amazing director. He lets you be as an actor. He lets you explore the character. Of course, he gives you very precise and fine directing notes. But at the same time, he's like, let's do this together. It's a creative process.
وكان يخص الممثلين بجزء من وقته بالرغم من انشغاله الكبير.
He's such a wonderful director. Also, which is so interesting, he was very accessible and very available because I had questions just about the character and, you know, having a conversation with him about different aspects. And I was always amazed that in the middle of preparing to shoot this movie and producing the Oscars, he was still able to find time to talk on the phone about, you know, things that an actor wants to talk about. So, yeah, I was thrilled.
Kimi!
I'm here.